All right, we have a dowel. Just gonna slide on down your legs. Nice hamstring stretch and then overhead for 10. If you don't have a dowel, simply gotta slide your hands down. Come on overhead. So nice and slow, 10 repetitions. Good, I'm on 8.
Marty, we really need silence. Yeah.
Good, one more.
All right. Got an hour and a half of sessions left.
Good. So we're gonna do rotations with your dowel if you have one. You're gonna rotate pivoting on the back leg. If you don't have a dowel, simply just move your arms without it. Back and forth, 10 repetitions. Make sure you keep your head pressed up towards the ceiling. Good, one more. All right, we're gonna stick with that dowel. If you don't have one, you can kind of hold a couch or a piece of furniture. And you're just gonna push your hips back with a slight bend in your knee, push your head through your shoulders, and come on up. If you don't have a piece of furniture, you can always get to a wall and do the same thing, push your hips back. 10 repetitions. Put them on 8. Last one. You're going to stick with the dowel. Just going to go a slight elevation with one leg off the floor. Slowly come up and down for 10 before switching legs. If you don't have a dowel, just bring your arms up overhead and lower them slowly. So try to maintain pace with me. So the slower you go, the more balance you get. Good, I'm on 8. Okay, we're going to switch legs. So just elevate it. If you're having trouble balancing, you can just place your heel down if you need to. If not, just keep it right off the ground. I'm on 6. Two more. So you're gonna place that dowel in front of you. It's okay again if you don't have one. You're just gonna shift to the side and back, so make sure your knee doesn't point out. So it's an offset squat, and then come on up. If you don't have a dowel, simply shift your hips back, come up. You should feel a strong stretch on the inside of your groin. You're gonna work through 10 per side. Come on, 4. And 10. Okay, so last thing with the dowel before we can put it back, and again, you don't need it. You're gonna come overhead. Don't let your knees shoot forward. You're just gonna stick your hips back. Just go down to where you're able to without folding forward. So it could be as small as this, or it could be as deep as here. You go to your skill level. Just keep it slow and controlled. Don't bounce out of the bottom position. Again, it can be a small motion just to here. Keep your arms up and back. Press them towards the ceiling for a set of 10. Good, 2 more. Good, you can put your dowels to the side. You're gonna come down to the floor. We're gonna go a set of 15 frog bridges. So you're gonna place the bottoms of your feet together. So you feel a little bit of a stretch in your groin. Palms up. You're just gonna bridge up, pushing your feet together. This is gonna isolate your glutes a little bit, so you'll feel it less in your hamstrings. Good, I'm at 8. Good, 3 more. Good, 15. In this position, you're gonna stay. You're gonna lift one leg up, grab behind your thigh, close to your knee, and you're just gonna extend your leg until you feel a stretch in the back of your thigh, and then come out of that position. So don't hold it. We're gonna go 12 and then switch sides. Try to stay at my pace. Good, I'm at 8. Two more. Good. Switch legs. So again, grab behind your thigh, close to your knee. Extend that leg up. You should feel a strong pull in the back of your thigh. You might even shake a little bit at the top as they're tight. Good, 2 more. Sorry, 4 more. Good, grab a sip of water, I'm gonna grab a timer, we're gonna go through some plank variations. All right, so when you're ready, we're gonna go 30-second push-up plank. Make sure that your low back is not dipped down, so you wanna tuck your behind under to maintain a flat back. So come on up into position. 3, 2, 1, go. For any reason you can't maintain that position, just drop your knees. Keep the same tucked pelvis. Good, come on out. We're gonna go through both right and left side planks. I'm gonna show you a side plank and then a variation. So when you do a side plank, you don't want your elbow far away from your shoulder. You want it directly underneath your shoulder to protect your shoulders. And then lift the hips off the ground. Try to remember that your head is part of the plank, that it shouldn't be hanging down. If you're unable to maintain that position, simply bend your knees, maintain the elbow underneath the shoulder, and then just lift the hips up. All right? So 3, 2, 1, go. If you need to make this more challenging, you can simply lift your top leg. Good, halfway there. Great, and switch sides. Again, elbow should be directly underneath your shoulder. Come on up into position. 3, 2, 1. Again, if it's too easy, just lift that top leg to make it a little bit more challenging. Okay, we're gonna take a 30-second recovery. Then we're going back to a regular plank, but we're gonna go forearms instead of push-up. So after the 30 seconds is up, we're gonna go another 30 seconds, forearm plank. So 15 seconds before we start. Great, come up into position. Remember, pelvis stays tucked under, 30 seconds. Keep your head in line with the rest of your spine, try not to let it hang down. In this position, your hands should be underneath your shoulders as well. They shouldn't be out here. Good, 5 seconds. Good, flip face up. You're gonna go through 15 regular bridges. Again, palms up for a chest stretch. Squeeze your glutes at the top position. Try to stay with my pace. So I'm at 4. I'm at 10, 5 more. Good, last one. Good, stay in this position for 30 seconds. You're gonna just grab your knees, pull them into your chest, trying to lift your hips up off the floor while maintaining contact with your back. You should feel a stretch in your low back, also in your glutes. Good, and while you're in this position, you're gonna go back to a double hamstring stretch. You're gonna take your hands, place them behind your knees, and again, straighten the knees, and then come back down for 15. Nice and slow, don't hold them in the top, just pause, and then come on down. Good, on that 7. 5 more. Good, last one. We're gonna flip back face down and start the plank variation again. So we're back to push-up plank position. Remember, hands are underneath shoulders. 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1, start. Keep your head in line with the rest of your spine. Try not to let it hang down. Good, 15 seconds. Good, so now we're back to the side, modified side, or challenging side, depending on your skill level. So elbow underneath shoulder. You're gonna come on up. Again, if you need to make it more challenging, just lift the top leg. Under 10. Good, switch sides. Good, come on up in 3, 2, 1. Right elbow stays underneath shoulder. Good, halfway there. Great, take a second. We're gonna take 30 seconds actually. And then we're gonna come back to the forward plank, but we're gonna come down to our elbows. So you still got 20 seconds. Great, so you're gonna come back down to the floor. This time we're going to our forearms, okay? So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbows underneath shoulders. Keep your pelvis tucked under, keep your low back flat. Good, halfway there. Great, take 30 seconds. And then we're gonna start some kneaded elbows and also some reverse crunches. So grab a sip of water right now if you need it. So what that's gonna look like is we're gonna go 5 per side, but slowly. I will pace you. Followed by 10 slow reverse crunches. Again, I will pace you. We're gonna go through that 3 times. So come back to your push-up plank position. Remember, hands are underneath shoulders. And then come very slowly. Try to connect your right knee with your right elbow. For a set of 5 per side, alternating. With 1 more per side. Try to stay with me. And now we're going to flip face up. Remember, low back stays pressed down to the floor for 10 slow reverse crunches. Good, halfway there. Two more. We're going to take about 20 seconds. We're going to flip back to face down for 2 more times through, back to the 5 per side, knee to elbow. Again, try to maintain my pace. It's only 5 per side. You want to keep them with a pause at the connection. So hands underneath shoulders. Come on up into a plank. Try to connect that knee to the elbow. Hold for a few seconds and then switch. Put 2 more per side. Last one. Flip over, back to reverse crunches. Maintain that contact with the floor. Try to stay with my pace. Good, halfway there. Two more. Good. If you're doing them slowly, you should start to feel a burn in your stomach. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds before we start the last set. All right, so last set of knee to elbows. Gotta come back into your plank position. Try to get that knee to connect with the elbow, 5 per side, nice and slow. The last one. We're going to flip for our final set of reverse crunches. Keep that low back pressed down into the mat or into the floor. First set of 10. Three more. Last one. Great, you come on up. While you rest and take a second, I'm going to show you what we're doing next. You're going to come down to a slow hand floor position. For the walkout, you're going to come down to a plank position and you're just going to drop your hips to stretch out your low back. And then come back up without significant rocking in your hips. So in about 20 seconds, we're going to go through 10 of those. All right, again, try to stay with my pace. So you don't want to throw yourself down, you want to lower your self-control. Come on down. Slowly walk out into a plank position. And then drop the hips and extend your spine. And then walk yourself up back, nice and controlled. If your hamstrings are limiting you, on the way back up, you can bend your knees to keep yourself from throwing yourself up. I'll demonstrate that on the next one. So as I come up, your legs can't maintain a straight position because your hamstrings are too tight. Simply just bend your knees, try to get your heels down, and then stand up controlled. But that was 3. Good, keep it controlled. Again, if your hamstrings are too tight, simply let your knees bend, push back till your heels touch the ground, and then stand back up. It's 5. Halfway there. So your neck is part of your spine as well. So in that bottom dip, try to extend your neck as well. Good. 3 more. Last 2. And if you're able to, on that last one, you're going to go 1 slow push-up, and walk on deck.
Thank you, guys.